of experience into pharmacovigilance. Okay, so together I have 8 years of experience into this pharmacovigilance. So I have hands-on experience on what ICSR cases, legal cases, and the training with these GVP modules and the overall curriculum of pharmacovigilance. So so that's all about me. So shall we start today's session? So before that one, I want to know, so how many of you are from background? All of you are from pharma background or from different backgrounds? Anyone, are you with different background other than pharmacy, like nursing, MSc, or BPT, BDS, any other backgrounds? All are pharma ones? Just please raise your hand or you can unmute yourself and talk to me. Okay, fine. So, without wasting time, let's start today's session. So today's session is pharmacovigilance career and its overview. So now today we are going to discuss about what is pharmacovigilance. Okay, I'll explain you what is pharmacovigilance. So as a freshers, you might if you are a B pharmacy student, you might have studied, means not B pharmacy. If you are a pharma student, you might have studied this pharmacovigilance in your graduation. Okay, so like little bit of theory. So here I am going to discuss about what is complete overall view of pharmacovigilance. Like the market structure also, including the market structure. What is pharmacovigilance? What is its importance? And after that, what are the qualifications required for these pharmacovigilance jobs? And what are the skills required for to get these jobs? And also the career overview. If we join into this pharmacovigilance, what would be the career overview and also the career growth? Okay, these are all we are going to discuss. Okay, let's start. So these are the content of tables. What we are going to discuss: what is pharmacovigilance, history of pharmacovigilance, why do we need pharmacovigilance actually, and importance of pharmacovigilance and types of vigilance, and regulatory bodies, sources of pharmacovigilance, what is a valid report, seriousness criteria, definitions, all these are related to pharmacovigilance. Okay, very frequently asked questions in the pharmacovigilance interview also. Okay, so let's start with these things and when we can continue this, what are the qualifications, skills, career overgrowth, these all things, right? Okay, now what is pharmacovigilance? Okay, so as per WHO, okay, as per bookish definition, okay, as per WHO, pharmacovigilance is defined as the science activities related to, so it is science and activities related to detection, evaluation, understanding, and prevention of adverse drug reactions or any other drug related problems. Okay, so what is pharmacovigilance? Here we are doing the detection and also the evaluation. We are identifying. Evaluation means we are assessing whether it is correct or not. Okay, so after identifying the adverse reactions, we are evaluating them whether they are correct or not and understanding what kind of adverse reaction is that one. And finally, we plan how to prevent these things. Okay, we can come up with the planning of this prevention of adverse reactions. All actions together are included in pharmacovigilance. Okay, in a simple way, pharmacovigilance is just keeping an eye on the drug. Okay, so that is pharmacovigilance. And history of pharmacovigilance, where it started actually, why the, so what is the need? Okay, where it started. Okay, so WHO program for international drug monitoring came into effect in 1968. It actually started, so previously also, before 1968 also, there are few rules and regulations pertaining to these drugs and foods. Okay, so this if you want to release a drug, these things should be there. The safety should be like this, and the food should contain this kind of sanitary. This the food should follow this kind of sanitary processing. So everything Okay, so there are rules before 1968, but after 1968, so there was an incident in the 1961. So there was in 1961 there was thalidomide disaster, and at that time many thousands of congenitally deformed infants were born as the result of exposure in utero to an unsafe medicine promoted for use by pregnant mothers. So if you are a pharmacy student, so you might have heard about what is this thalidomide disorder. So if you are from other backgrounds, so I will explain what is this thalidomide disorder. So thalidomide is a medicine which is used which prescribed for the morning sickness for the pregnant women in early 1950s and 60s. Okay, so in the decade it was promoted very widely, and in many countries also, not only one country, many countries in the US, Europe, in all countries it was promoted because it is, so they thought it is decreasing the symptoms of morning sickness. It is showing the visible effect. So, but what happened in 19 people not people, the child, the infants who were born after exposing to this thalidomide, they formed with phacomegaly. You know what is phacomegaly, right? So they formed without limbs, without arms and without legs. Okay, they born with without arms and legs. So that was a very big tragedy in the old history till now. Okay, so after that thalidomide disaster, everything started. Like in 1968, like WHO program for international drug monitoring came into effect after this incident, followed by this thalidomide disaster. And the program started out as a pilot project with the 10 participating countries. It's now comprises of 134 member countries. Okay, um, excuse me. The US Kafauer-Harris Amendment or Drug Efficacy Amendment in 1962. So immediately after in after these incidents of this 1961, immediately in 1962, USA has taken this Kafauer-Harris Amendment, that is the drug efficacy amendment. Okay, so after that, in after this making this rule, every drug, okay, every food which is being prepared in their country has to follow the rules and regulations of this law. Okay, so that was in US, that was in the US, but also in the UK, sorry, but also in the Europe also. There are so many amendments, or so many laws and regulations were developed. And finally, in 1968, this international drug monitoring came. Got it? And then, so see, history of pharmacovigilance. It's not like a immediate evaluation. Okay, this pharmacovigilance not evaluated immediately. So there was so much of process, so many things happened to evaluate what is pharmacovigilance today. So if you start with this 1948, so Hannah's death caused by the chloroform, and in 1937 USA with the solvent diethyl glycanol, and in 1938 so Federal Food and Drug Cosmetic Act was established, and the public health system was renovated. In 1955, gastrointestinal toxicity of ASA was proved. And in 1961, McBride's letter about the tragedy of thalidomide. So you know what is thalidomide. And immediately, because of that, in 1962, this USA has developed this Kafauer Amendment. And 1964, this yellow card was structured in the UK. Yellow card is a program where we can report the adverse reactions. Okay, we can fill up that form and we can report it to that concerned MAH or to the regulatory authorities. Okay, that is for the UK is developed, and this yellow card system is still there now. Okay, it is very effective method, and we are following this yellow card system still. And in 1965, European legislation was developed, and in 1968, WHO initiated this program for international drug monitoring was established, and 1995 EMA. What is EMA? European Medical Agency was set up. And in 2001, Hydrovigilance was funded. Hydrovigilance is a database. So that was supporting this EMA. And 2012, new European Pharmacovigilance legislation was implemented. In 2017, new Hydrovigilance format was developed. See, 2017 is not far behind, right? It's very recent, almost like 5 years back or 6 years back. So it's being evaluated. The pharmacovigilance is still evaluating. So that is history of pharmacovigilance. And see, this is this is what Phocomelia, like reports of fetal abnormalities in relation with the use of new sleeping induced drug thalidomide. So babies weren't born like this. This was the very biggest tragedy in the world till date. And why do we need pharmacovigilance? Okay, so many histories were, so many tragedies were happened. So we require this pharmacovigilance. So not only to avoid those things. Okay, so there are many other reasons for pharmacovigilance. So what are these reasons? So insufficient safety information from preclinical and clinical trials. Okay, so you know what are preclinical and clinical trials. So any product and any medicine which has to be marketed. So before going to be marketed, that has to undergo these clinical trials for few years. And before clinical trials, it has to go through these preclinical trials. Preclinical, they'll observe the drug safety and efficacy on some animals like mice and some guinea pigs, like that. And then if the product is well and good, then they forward it to these clinical trials. They go for the clinical trials, and clinical trials is also, they conduct it for few years, maybe 3 to 5 years, more than 5 years also. You know what are clinical trials, and there are few phases in the clinical trials: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. And phase 1, they involve maximum of 20 voluntaries. In phase 2, they involve 200 people. They test the medication on 200 people. And in phase 3, maximum of 2,000 to 3,000 people. More than that, they are not allowed to test. Okay, so when we are doing these clinical trials, the number of people we are testing are limited. And also, you also know, so during clinical trials, we avoid testing these new products on the vulnerable people. Who are vulnerable people? Like infants, not infants, the children, like, and also elderly people, pregnant people. These are at-risk people, right? So we won't test medications on these people until unless it is really specified. So those products are only developed for children. Okay, and so other than those excuses, so we won't test on children and elderly patient also. So that's if information what we are getting from clinical trials is always very less. Yes, we are getting, but it is less. So when a product is released into the market, you know how many people it is going to reach. Huge people, like millions of people it's going to reach. So we don't know the background, the biological systems of those lakhs of people, the medical history of those lakhs of people, right? So every medicine acts different from one person to other person. We come up with the normal general opinion on a product before releasing. So the information we still needed, because clinical trial information is limited. And exposure of patients and subjects are very less. Yes, we can even though through the clinical trials, the third phase of clinical trials, we can go for only 2,000 to 3,000 people, not more than that. Restricted population. Like we discussed, these children are not participating, elderly people are not participating, pregnant women are not participating, and people who are having some end stage cancer patients, we are not taking them. Okay, so but we don't know, after product released into the market, anyone can take that medication without our knowledge, right? So what reaction this medication is going to give on them, we don't know. So That's the reason pharmacovigilance is important. We need to get that information, the complete information after it released into the market also. So at the time, what are all the reactions it is causing? So we need to know, company has to know, and the regulatory authorities has to know the safety of the medication, whether that medication is safe or not. Okay, that is very important. And narrow indication. Okay, so during clinical trials, we give that medication for only the particular purpose only. If the that medication is being tried for this, suppose for this hepatomegaly, for enlargement of this liver, we are using that one for only that indication, but we don't know. But after that product is released, for what indication they are using? Okay, the narrow indication is there. And short duration of drug exposure, obviously clinical trials are for only specified period, maximum of 3 to 5 years. Okay, so we don't know when a person is going to take for long years, like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, if the person is depending on the product for so many years. So what are the effects that product is giving to that person during this long term effect? Okay, because we have studied the short duration of that product only. We need to know on long term what that product is going to give, what the product is going to give these adverse reactions. Yogi, can you mute yourself? And promoting rational use of drugs, of course, rational medication should be used as per it's prescribed. Okay, so during clinical trials, how do we study the product? We give how much amount that patient has to be taken. Okay, that much only that patient receives. Okay, but after it reaches to the public, we don't know how patients are going to use. Even though prescriber says or physician says you have to take one medication per day, or twice, take this medication thrice per day. So he may take that medication 5 times a day, 6 times a day. We don't know, because if he suffers pain, more pain, and he takes another tablet also, like that. So to promote this rational use of medication, ensuring the public confidence and improve the company's reputation. This is very important. How pharmacovigilance improves the company's reputation. Okay, so I'll tell you. So any product is being released into the market with the safety. Always the benefits of that medication should be high when compared to the risks of that medication. That is called benefit risk balance of that medication, right? So when these benefits of the medication is overweighs this risk, then only the medication is very safe. Okay, so when the product is released into the market, everyone receives some medication, and if someone experiences any adverse drug reactions, they report to us. Okay, but there are no adverse reactions. Okay, very less. So compare the expected adverse reaction. So anyway, when we release into the market, we expect few percentage, this much percentage of adverse reactions we can expect. But our product not reached that percentage also. This is being very safe. Okay, when the product is safe means what? Company reputation goes high, isn't it? They can promote their product like anything. It gives them huge profit. If the medication is proved to be very safe, then that so that product, we can promote that product like anything, and we can gain so much of reputation. We can gain so much of profit also, isn't it? So how we are going to collect how we are going to know there are no adverse reactions about that product? There is a process. We keep an eye on the product. We conduct few programs, and we receive some reports. We receive some ICS reports, any kind of reports. I'll explain later. So we receive few reports from the public, and we conduct the programs, and we check any of the patients are experiencing any adverse reactions or not. Okay, so that is pharmacovigilance. So with the help of pharmacovigilance, it will improve the company's reputation also. And then importance of pharmacovigilance. So The evaluation of pharmacovigilance in recent years and its growing importance as a science critical to effective clinical practice and public health science as described. The national pharmacovigilance centers have become significant influence on the drug regulatory authorities. So every country now, for the past decade, so every country has these pharmacovigilance centers, national pharmacovigilance centers. Okay, so they are keeping an eye on the what are the pharmacovigilance activities are happening in the all the throughout the country. Okay, so recently these medical colleges also started these pharmacovigilance programs. Okay, if you are a pharmacy student, you are very well aware, right? You worked as maybe in your internship, you might have worked as an clinical pharmacist. Okay, you will assist the this your physician, and you go for the inpatients, and you collect the adverse reactions and any interactions, isn't it? So now it is all pharmacovigilance is everywhere now. Okay, because national pharmacovigilance are centers are developed very well, and they are taking so many actions, and they have influence on the drug regulatory authorities at time when drug safety concerns have become increasingly important in public health and clinical practice. According to Article 2 of its constitution, the World Health Organization has mandate from its member states to develop, establish and promote international standards with respect to food, biological and pharmaceutical and its similar products. So now it becomes a legislation also. And there is also provision made in Article 21. So what is that one? Article 21 of Constitution of the World Health Assembly to adopt regulations concerning. So what is this Article 21 says? Standards with respect to the safety, purity, potency of biological, pharmaceutical and similar products moving in international commerce. Okay, so whatever we need to have the standards. So with respects to the safety, purity and potency of biological and pharmaceutical and similar products, we need to have one standards for all these products. Rationale for pharmacovigilance. What is rationale? Reasoning. Okay, so what are the reasons for this? If you want to start a pharmacovigilance, so what are the reasons? So pharmacovigilance obtained prior to first marketing is inadequate to cover all aspects of drug safety, which include tests in animals or in sufficiently predictive to human safety. So whatever the information we have received prior to the market regarding this drug safety. Okay, so before marketing, we do conduct preclinical trials, clinical trials, right? So that is little bit of insufficient, isn't it? So for that reason, we need to have this pharmacovigilance. So after a product is released into the market, we do continue these kind of programs. Like a few study programs on the product on the product. Okay, and so many programs. So if you are into pharmacovigilance, so because this is an introductory section, I am not going to describe all those things. Okay, that will confuse you. So we conduct few programs to evaluate the this safety of the medication, not the effectiveness, safety of the medication. And in clinical trials, patients are selected and limited in number. Duration of trials are limited. We discussed all these things, right? And variation in regulatory requirements in different regions. So regulatory requirements also. Suppose if the product is developed in the USA, okay, but it is being released in throughout the world, like in Europe and also in Asia, Africa, in all countries, it is going in all regions, it's going to be released. So the environment where the product is developed is different. Their food habits are different. Their environment is different. If that medicine is going to release into the other countries with different cultures, so it definitely gives different vibes, isn't it? So we need to make an eye on that product. We need to, after, if we want to release that product into other countries, we do re-evaluate the effectiveness of that medication. Not effectiveness, we do the safety of the medication. For that, pharmacovigilance is very must. So types of vigilance, of course, there are many vigilance programs. Okay. Gautam, can you mute yourself? Thank you, Gautam. So, pharmacovigilance. First one, like what we discussed today, our prior topic. So, the pharmacovigilance. Okay, drug safety assessment. Here we are discussing the safety of the medicine. Okay. Next one is material-vigilance. Okay. Here, this is also drugs, medical devices safety assessment. Okay. Here we are assessing the devices, medical devices, starting from what are medical devices? These dental floss, bandages, needles, and also catheters and implants. So these heart implants. What are all medical devices which are used for the diagnosis, which are used for the treatment, normal purposes also. All devices. Okay, we are evaluating the safety of those devices. So that is material vigilance. Material vigilance is also a similar path, just parallel pathway like pharmacovigilance, which having the same career in pharmacovigilance, like pharmacovigilance. And cosmetovigilance is there, cosmetic product safety. So we are painting our faces and our body, right? So for that, the safety evaluation would be there, right? Otherwise, all our women would be gone. So to to save our all the women, so this cosmetovigilance is must. I also support this one. And food supplement vigilance. So food supplements, for food products, there should be vigilance, isn't it? So food supplement product safety assessment is there. That is food supplement vigilance and vaccine vigilance. Like how this pharmacovigilance, material vigilance is there, vaccine vigilance is also same other career path, another career path. Vaccine safety assessment. Here we assess the vaccines. Pharmacovigilance, we assess drugs, normal medicines. In material vigilance, we assess the safety of medical devices. In vaccine vigilance, we assess the safety of vaccines. And hemovigilance. Next one is hemovigilance. Like here we are assessing the safety of transfusion safety assessment. Blood transfusions. Hemovigilance is related to the blood. Okay, we evaluate the safety of those transfusions. And Ayurvedic, homeopathic assessments are there. Those are like Himalaya products. They are saying we are all Ayurvedic products, homeopathic products, right? Himalaya, Dabur, Patanjali, we also do the evaluation on these products also. Even though they say we are homeopathic product and we are Ayurvedic, we don't harm you, we don't harm you, we are all using natural products. No, we won't believe them. We do this assessment also, drug assessment, like not drug assessment, we do assessment for this Ayurvedic and homeopathic products also. And animal and veterinary vigilance is there. This is for veterinary medicine. Okay. So these are all the different parallel ways for this pharmacovigilance. The main one is pharmacovigilance, material vigilance is there, and cosmetovigilance, vaccine vigilance, like this. So many are there. So now I'll explain what are the regulatory bodies for the all, not all, few important ones which are having okay. So someone is saying this is they studied in the books. So, but I'm explaining this to all the people here who are joined in our webinar are not from the pharma background only. Other backgrounds are also there. So I'm explaining to everyone. Okay, and also the end of the session. Of course, I know this is these fundamentals, but at the end of the session, what I'm going to explain, that is very important. So please bear with another 15 minutes. So after that, we are going to discuss these things, important ones. And so important organizations involved in pharmacovigilance. Okay, FDA, you all know. So the Food and Drug Administration in an agency of the United States Department of Health and Human Services. So FDA is regulatory authority for USA. And EMEA. EMEA, the European Medicine Agency, is a decentralized body of the European Union located in the London. So EMEA is European Union Medical Agency. This is for Europe. And then ICH. ICH is different. So ICH is International Council for Harmonization of Technical Requirements for Pharmaceuticals for Human Use, is a project that brings together the regulatory authorities of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Okay, so yes, so ICH is the one who makes so many rules and regulations for this healthcare industry. Okay, so if you are studying into pharmacovigilance, we need to remember what is ICH. And CDSCO. CDSCO is the government of India, with the assistance of World Bank, has initiated the National Pharmacovigilance Program. So CDSCO is the regulatory body of India. For UK, so Medicines and Healthcare Product Regulatory Agency, that is the regulatory body. MHRA is the regulatory body of UK. For Australia, Therapeutic Goods and Administration, TGA is the regulatory authority. And for Canada, Health Canada is there. And Japan, Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare. So these are the different regulatory bodies. Now, sources of pharmacovigilance. Where do we get the information about this pharmacovigilance? Okay, so from preclinical studies in animals and clinical testing in humans, that is clinical trials. Okay, so from preclinical studies, we can get the information. See, sources means the information about the adverse reactions. Okay, from where we can get? From preclinical studies, starting from the preclinical studies and clinical testing and spontaneous reporting. So what is spontaneous reporting? After a product is released into the market, so from the market, we are getting the reports. Suppose if I experience any adverse reaction, I am reporting it to that particular MAH and also for the regulatory authorities. So that is spontaneous reporting. And solicited reports like marketing studies and post-authoritative studies. So these solicited studies are structured ones, which where is MAH is initiating all these studies. Okay, and literature. Few literature studies would be there. So from all these, we can gather the adverse reactions, okay, which are helping in the pharmacovigilance. And then, so if you want to report a case, valid report, criteria for a valid report, right? So if I experienced an adverse reaction, I want to report a case. Okay, so what is the criteria to report a case? Okay, there should be an identifiable reporter, identifiable patient. First, patient should be there. Who is the patient experience? That information should be there in the report. And who is reporting? Whether the patient or on behalf of the patient, his physician is reporting, or any his relative is reporting. Who is the reporter? Or his suspect, and also a suspect drug. What is the drug he has received? The information or the name of the drug must be there, and the adverse drug reaction. Okay, so adverse drug information. What even he experienced actually? It's if suppose someone says, I have received your product, so I have received your so and so product, and I experienced an adverse reaction. So no, that is not a valid report, and you won't consider it. He has to say what even he experienced. Okay, and again, so they are reporting. So I have received your medicine product. They haven't mentioned what medication they received. Okay, I experienced severe stomachache after receiving your product. What product they have received? We don't know the information. In that time also, we won't consider that as a valid report. Okay, so to report a case, okay, so that should contain the identifiable patient, identifiable reporter, suspect drug, and adverse drug reaction. And how to confirm the seriousness? So when we call an event as serious, so adverse drug reactions are there. Okay, so there are non-serious one would be there, and serious ones would be there. Obviously, we give weightage to serious ones, right? So when do we call an event as serious? So if that event is causing death, or that event is life-threatening. Okay, in that instances, we say it as a serious event, like death, life-threatening, hospital. If the event caused hospitalization, or the patient is already in the hospitalization, the new event prolonged the hospitalization, and disability, congenital anomaly, or a birth defect. If the event is a congenital anomaly or a birth defect or any other medical significant, if the physician says, right, it's a very serious one case, then we consider it as a serious event. Okay, so this is the seriousness criteria. So now I am going to explain few adverse drug reactions, few definitions which are very important in the pharmacovigilance. You might have studied these in your um, in your graduation. So if you have studied, just think it as a brush up of your knowledge. Okay, if you have not studied, try to understand what are these, because these are the important ones and also frequently asked in the pharmacovigilance interviews. So what is an adverse drug event or adverse experience? Okay, any untoward medical occurrence that may appear during treatment with a pharmaceutical product, but which does not necessarily have a causal relationship with the treatment. So any untoward medical occurrence which we are not expecting during a treatment. Okay, when we are receiving a product, so we haven't expected something, unexpectedly something happened. That is adverse drug event. Adverse drug reaction. So it is a response to a drug which is noxious and unintended. It is also noxious unintended, means something hazardous one and unexpected one, but it occurred with the product. Okay, it caused because of the product, when the product is used for the prophylaxis, diagnosis, or any therapy of the diseases. Okay, it caused because of the product. Okay, that is adverse drug reaction. And adverse effect. What is adverse effect? A negative or harmful patient outcome that seems to be associated with the treatment, including there being no effect at all. So it's a negative or harmful patient outcome in simple way. And SUSAR event is a SUSAR is very important. Usually asked, what is a SUSAR event? This is an interview question in PV. So what is a SUSAR event? So SUSAR is defined as an untoward and unintended response to a study drug which is not listed in the applicable product information. So before that one, it's important, and I think I need to explain what is this suspected, not serious, unexpected, adverse drug reaction. Okay, so that is SUSAR event. Okay, this is an serious event and unexpected one also. Okay, so serious event, we all know, right, what is serious event. If that event is caused this death or life threatening or hospitalization, then we say it as a serious event. This is a serious event, and also at the time of unexpected also. So unexpected one means few events are expected for any drug and few events are unexpected. Like what are expected ones? During the clinical trials, we have observed these adverse drug reactions already. So during clinical trials, we come up with few adverse drug reactions, right? So this medication is causing this adverse drug reaction. We come up with a list. Okay, we check that list first. So if that event is there in the previous list, so then we say it is an expected event. So we in the clinical trials, we already seen this kind of reactions. Okay, those are all not that much because we already reported it to the regulatory authorities. After considering all those things, then only we released, because that is not that much affecting. So we released that one into the market. But the thing is, if it is an unexpected, means it is not there in the previous list, it is a completely new one, then we say it as a unexpected event. So those are very important. Like unexpected adverse reaction. So an adverse event, the nature, severity, specificity, or outcome which is not consistent with the applicable product information. Like the product information means during the clinical trials, whatever we got this adverse reaction information, we make them in the list. So those are said to be, there are several documents like IB, SPC, and USPA packaging. So there are several safety documents are there. So we maintain the adverse drug reactions list in all those things. So if the newly reported event is not there in that one, then we say that one as unexpected event. Spontaneous reports are, so after a product is released into the market, so if someone experiences the event, so the patient, or on behalf of the patient, someone is reporting it to the regulatory authority or to the MAH, then we say it as a spontaneous report. Solicited reports means it is derived from the organized data collection systems. Like after a product is released in the market, MAH won't stop its activities. Okay, it's not only releasing in the market and making the profit. No, it's not the end of their job. After it released into the market also, they have to check the safety of the medication. So for this MAH, this marketing authorization holders of that particular drug, who is preparing and marketing the drug, they will initiate few programs to check the safety of that medication. Okay, these are structured programs, like so they maintain some registries or some clinical sites in few medical institutions, like same kind of like clinical trial programs, but those are not clinical trials. And also some other programs like they keep on working on active prescribing, monitoring is there, and few programs are there. Okay, based on all those programs, they take the information of adverse drug reactions. So at the time, because MAH has initiated these programs, that program means very structured ones. Who is participating, what is their name, what is their age, everything is documented, what medication they have taken, and what is the adverse drug reaction they experience, everything is documented. So these are very structured ones, said to be solicited reports. Adverse severe event. Okay, there is a difference between seriousness and severity. Seriousness, like we discussed earlier, if the event causes the death or life-threatening condition or hospitalization, that is seriousness. Severity, here we are discussing about the intensity of the event. Both are different. Seriousness is different, severity is different. Severity, we are saying the intensity of that event. For example, like diarrhea is there after taking the medication. Okay, it got settled. It is usually a non-serious event. Okay, and diarrhea is there after 2-3 days. So it continued for 3 days, and so the patient went to a physician and he has received the treatment. So that is a severe one. He experiences severe diarrhea for 3 days. Okay, so now the severity is changed, right? The intensity got changed, right? One is normal one is severe one. So that is the severe event. Off-label use, of course, you all know what is an off-label use, other than the intended purpose for that product. Okay, the authorized indication, other than that one, for that product is used or taken for any other purpose, used for any other purpose other than the intended indication, then it is off-label use. Misuse, misuse is defined as a situation where the medicinal product is intentionally and inappropriately used. It is an intentional use. We are using intentional and inappropriately used, not accordance with the authorized product information. And drug abuse is defined as the persistent or sporadic intentional excessive use of medicinal products, which is accompanied by the harmful physical or psychological effects. That is drug abuse. Medication error. So medication error is defined as an unintended failure in the drug treatment process. Means while prescribing the medication, there might be error. Or while dispensing the medication, there might be error. Or while the transmuting, or during the administration, any kind of errors during this medical treatment. Okay, any kind of error occurs, that is medication error. So overdose, the name itself is the administration of a quantity of medicinal product given for administration or cumulatively which is above the maximum recommended dose is said to be overdose. If the dose we are taking is above the suggested dose, that is overdose. Lack of efficacy is defined as the unexpected failure of drug to produce the intended effect based on the approved indication as determined by the previous scientific investigation. So lack of efficacy means there is no effect in the product. Very simple. So product is failed. So that is said to be lack of efficacy. Counterfeit products. You all know these counterfeit products, right? So in the market, most of the products are counterfeit products on the even the medicines also. Today I went to hospital for my son's checkup. Okay, so he is asking, doctor is asking, so what medication you are, the other person, what medication you are using for acidity? So he said some Pantap something pan. So he's not able to remember. So he said pan something like that. So he said, so whatever the medication that said, so those are all not the real products. Okay, direct prescriber directly said on this that product is not the real product. So you use this product, this product, these products. So these are original ones, but this one is even the single letter in the product, the name of the product, if that is changed means that is a counterfeit product. We can easily, the physicians can say, but we don't know, but physician can say that one, right? So we need to be careful with this kind of products. So whatever the products we are receiving, we need to take the prescription from the physician only. That products we need to use. So over the counter we usually take the medications, but that pharmacist in the most of the times, not the pharmacist in the medical shops, we cannot find pharmacists. They are normal people, right? So they don't know the medication, so they give us these counterfeit products defined as. So what are these counterfeit products? Defined as the products deliberately and fraudulently produced and or mislabeled with the respect to identify and are sourced to make it appear to be genuine product. They will make it as very genuine product with only one letter difference. And if we take the even we take the Bisleri, they change the only one letter. Okay, other than I, they change Y, like that. We also can't identify. So medication administration error. So any difference between what the patient received or what was supposed to receive, okay, and what the prescriber is intended to actually, that is said to be medication administration error. So side effect is an unintended outcome that seem to be associated with the treatment, including negative and positive. This side effect can be both negative and positive. Previously, we used to think side effect means some harmful effect. No, side effect means other than the intended purpose, something occurred. Either it is a positive one or negative one, that is side effect. So MEDRA. So guys, remember this term MEDRA. So this MEDRA is the Medical Dictionary for Regulatory Activities. The terminology is the international medical terminology developed under auspices of the International Conference on Harmonization of the Technical Requirements for Registration of Pharmaceuticals for Human Use. Okay, this is a medical dictionary for regulatory activities, medical dictionary for regulatory activities, and MEDRA is very important. All the regulatory authorities throughout the world is using the MEDRA only. There is no means every country has their own their own what to say, their medical with their dictionary, but MEDRA is the internationally approved single dictionary. Okay, everyone has to follow that one. Even they have their own dictionary, they have to apply this MEDRA to their dictionaries also. Okay, that so this is till now we discussed about the pharmacovigilance. Okay, I hope you understand a little bit of pharmacovigilance. What would be there in the pharmacovigilance? What are the terms related to the pharmacovigilance? What is its importance? Why it is needed, right? Yes, pharmacovigilance is so like it's just an overview. We haven't gone through in depth of this pharmacovigilance. So just definitions I have discussed here. So now I'll discuss what are the qualifications to get into this pharmacovigilance jobs. Okay. First, hotcakes are pharmacy people. How many pharmacy people are there here? So many. So pharmacy people, M Pharma, B Pharma, S Vidya. So pharmacy, M Pharma, B Pharma. So these people, and also MSc Life Sciences. Hi, Josna. Yes. So MSc Life Sciences students are eligible. Nursing people. Okay, I have seen many nurses in the pharmacovigilance industry. Okay, so actually you might have so many people don't know this thing also. Nurses are eligible because these are pakka professional healthcare industry. Those are, so nurses are eligible. And BPT, Bachelor of Physiotherapy, and BDS, dental surgery, and they are eligible. Dental sciences, they are eligible. MBBS. So you might think, so what are these MBBS people are doing? The same thing this MSc and M.Pharm, B.Pharm students are doing. Yes. So we sit beside these MBBS students and we do our work. But they have little bit of different kind of work. So to that of our work. But so there is so many levels in the pharmacovigilance, right? So they are doing other work, we are doing our work. So MBBS candidates are eligible. MBBS MD. Okay, MBBS is okay. MBBS MD are very much needed in the pharmacovigilance. And BHMS, BAMS students are also there. And trust us, from our institute, we recruited from this BHMS, BAMS students also. And these BPT students, a Bachelor of Physiotherapy students. See, these pharma people, nurses, M.Pharm, B.Pharm. So these are all actually they are into these pharmacovigilance studies, and recruiting them is not the biggest. It is not very big. Okay, BPT, which people who are these people don't have this clinical knowledge. They have this physiological knowledge, physiology of that person, but clinical knowledge is not there for them. But from our institute, we train these people, few BPT people, and these people also got hired. BDS people, so many BDS people are joining in the pharmacovigilance. It is a very good opportunity for them. See, during BDS, see, nowadays, so after doing BDS and MDS also, people are searching for other jobs because I'm not criticizing, and I am not doing any other thing. So someone gives some messages. Yes, can I answer your question later, ma? M.Pharm of Pharmacology. Aslam Saifi, can I answer your question at the end? So, ma'am, can we get more benefit than the Bachelor of Pharmacy? That will be process. Which passion we can apply to? M.Pharm Pharmacology, you are the perfect people to fit into the what is this pharmacovigilance. I'm also M.Pharm Pharmacology. I'm also your batch only. So you are perfect fit for this kind of pharmacovigilance. But let me tell you, it's not like you are overweight than B.Pharma people. Okay, everything is same at the starting level. Everyone is same. Okay, B Pharma people are eligible to join in the pharmacovigilance. M Pharma people, like M Pharma, few M Pharm, MSc Life Sciences are okay, and nursing. Everyone is at the joining level. Everyone are same. But when you will, after you entering into the industry, see, there is always promotions and always next level next your experience, right? So when you joined, so obviously you apply your knowledge better than these freshers. Okay, like B Pharma people who are having they have little bit of restriction in the pharmacology. So you people having little bit high pharmacology knowledge, obvious, and also you people have little bit of broad what to say broad knowledge on these things. So at that time, of course, you can understand better, you can perform better. So at that time, you will be benefited. Okay, it's not like everyone are, say, B Farm people are less in the industry, or M Farm people, Pharma D people. No, B Farm people with good communication skills are so much better than, are doing better than these Pharma D people. I experienced, so I have seen so many examples. B Pharma people with good communication skills is easy to get job. Okay, even though you are a Pharma D student, if you don't have communication skills, no, you won't be get recruited. It's not your eligibility. Your basic knowledge is important. If B Pharma knowledge is important, M Pharma you have the same knowledge, and Pharma is nursing people. Everyone has the clinical knowledge. Okay, what excels you is your communication skills, extra skills. Okay, we can discuss those things later. I hope you understand the thing, Aslin. Yes. So let's see. Skills required for pharmacovigilance. Good soft skills. Okay. Yes. Good soft skills and pharmacology knowledge. Pharmacology's knowledge is must. Soft skills, communication skills, and your typing skills. How much you are familiar with this MS Office and your typing. So how many words you can type? So if you recruited into the pharmacovigilance, so daily we need to write the narratives. So how much you are familiar with this keyboard? That is also important. Okay. So if you are able to write very fastly, that is your skill. Okay. Those people get recruited fastly, and communication skills is very important. So that's the reason I'm insisting, even though you're a B Pharm student with full good communication skills, you will easily get the job, and you will be treated equally with all the other students also, all the other qualifications. And of course, I don't need to say Pharma D people, M Pharm people, you are obviously having this better communication skills, isn't it? And these BDS people and MBBS, BA, MS, you people all have good communication skills because you studied more than 5 years, almost 5 years, right? 5 years, 6 years. So you all have good communication skills. So only before people who with 4 years of study, so you must excel in your communication skills. Pharmacology knowledge is important, and also pharmacovigilance guidelines. Okay, you might have studied during your like, what is it, your graduation, you might have studied, but you need to excel in all those also. Okay, it's not like remembering few definitions, but we need to study more. And safety narrative writing. Narrative writing is important. This is narrative writing you won't learn from your studies. Okay, so you know what is pharmacovigilance, but you don't they won't tell you how to write a narrative writing. See, in the interviews, after this first round, that is a normal objective round, and then technical round is there. And after you qualified in the technical round, so they'll send you for this narrative writing. They will give you a case and ask you to write a narrative. Okay, at that time you are able to write the narrative. Narrative writing skills is very important. How to write the narrative in a format. So if you have experience, little bit of experience or understanding of how to write a narrative, if you know the format of how to write a narrative, then only you will get succeeded into the next interview. If you how much you perform well in the interview, if you don't write the narrative well, so still you will be hanged in the air only. Got it? And aptitude test and reasoning. So you may have think, so if I studied the pharmacovigilance, and if I studied the pharmacology, then only means it is enough. No, it's not like that. So if you get into the corporate industry, the minimum basic aptitude and reasoning should be there. The first exam, so you enter into this, after you enter into this industry, uh, enter into the company for interview. So first they will give you one paper. So you need to write this aptitude written test. Okay, this aptitude and reasoning test, there would be not normally grammatical English grammar would be there, and few questions on reasoning, few questions logical questions, and like relation, like on relations, and few maths questions would be there. So it's a general aptitude reasoning test. Okay, if you crack that interview, you crack that written test, then only you go to the technical round. It's not like directly you will be asking about this pharmacovigilance knowledge and like your pharmacology skills. No, you will crack this aptitude test reasoning first. This is your personal ability. Okay, no one helps you in that one. Okay, based on your evaluation, based on your understanding of your reasoning thinking and logical thinking, you will crack this one. Okay, you need to remember. And essay writing would be there in the pharmacovigilance interview. Okay, so you need to come up with all the skills. So what is next? So career overview. So in pharmacovigilance, 4 types of organizations are there. Few are industry related. Okay, like Pfizer, Novartis, Reddy's, Milan, Hetero, Aravindo, who have their own products. These are industry-based ones. GVK is there, and also AstraZeneca is there. Novo Nordisk is. They have their own. They are pharma industries which are giving this pharmacovigilance, which are giving these pharmacovigilance jobs also. Okay, Pfizer, Novartis, like this. Okay, these are industry-based ones. Few are IT companies. These are not at all related to the pharma industry. They take the projects from these pharma industry, these pharma industries, and works as BPOs, like IT companies like TCS, Accenture, Cognizant. So they also pay very good amount. Okay, they pay very good amounts, and but these are not the exact pharma industries. These are IT companies. Okay, and you can find the jobs in these industries. Novartis, Reddy's, Hetero, Aravindo, like in TCS, Accenture, Cognizant. Also, you can find jobs. CROs like IQVIA, Icon. These are clinical research organizations. IQVIA, Icon, PPD, and Paraxel. These are other companies. So CROs, okay, very big CROs. So if you have seen today's paper, so they are talking about Paraxel. How much big is Paraxel now, and within 5 years, how big it would be. So they would be supporting 8,000 people. Okay, this on today's newspaper. Okay, so these are CROs. Okay, so we can find so many jobs here. And working for the Pharmacovigilance Program of India, we can work for the Pharmacovigilance Program of India also. These are different kinds of organizations where we can work. And next one is job roles. If you are into pharmacovigilance, if you get a job, so what would be the job roles? Okay, you also understand what you are going to do, right? So if you get recruited, the first level of your job would be the safety associate. Drug safety associate. Okay, it's the entry level in the pharmacovigilance industry. So here you are doing the processing of data entry of individual case reports into the safety database and given time frame. Okay, you are doing the case processing of ICSR cases or any kind of cases. Case processing you are doing. So we receive the information about the case and we enter into the database, we process the case. Okay, don't say it is like so I might sound like it's a copy paste thing. No, it's not at all a copy paste thing. We need to crack our brain to check our medical knowledge. How much medical knowledge or how much clinical knowledge we have. We need to apply our knowledge there in each and every step we are doing there. Okay, without mind or without concentration, if we judge anything wrongly, we enter wrongly without concentrating, then everything is gone. Okay, we should be very careful in doing. It's not a copy paste job. I'm again telling, it's not at all a copy paste job. We need to process and evaluate the information what we are receiving. Very, very important one. And performing full data entry in database, including medical coding and safety narrative. Not only the data entry in the database, including the medical coding and safety narrative. Narrative writing also we need to do in everyday process. And coding of medical history. So patient medical history, what patient experienced his adverse drug events and what drugs he received and what procedures he went and what are the indications. Complete information about the patient we need to enter into our database. It's not, again I'm saying, not at all a copy paste thing. We need to evaluate the case. So we need to apply our medical knowledge. So that's the thing. Only healthcare professionals are eligible for this jobs. Okay, so for data entry they can select any kind of degree people, right? Not at, so it's not at all a copy paste job. So even though we are doing so I'm telling the word here, data entry. So because we receive the report, we need to enter into the database, and also we need to evaluate the each and every information. So drug safety association, so to be frank, it's not at all a easy job, very responsible job. So if you enter into the pharmacovigilance, you will be taken as a drug safety associate. After you will be get promoted after a few years, 1 or 2 years, you will be you will be promoted into the quality reviewer or senior associate. So here you are doing the quality review of individual case processes, like just how the drug safety process have done the case. So you will be reviewing it. Okay, if they have that, those are newly joiners, right? Now you are 2 years senior or 3 years senior. So whatever they are doing, you will check everything is perfect or not. Okay, that is quality reviewer's job. So within 2 years or 3 years, you will be quality reviewer. And then so this is actually I'm not talking about this directly the growth in this one. So these are different jobs, the quality reviewer. So medical reviewer is there. So like we discussed, what are these MBBS, MD people are doing in our pharmacovigilance? Their knowledge is very important to decide on few things. See, as pharma people, pharma healthcare professionals, so our knowledge is only limited, but these MBBS, MD surgeons or these senior people, they have different level of understanding on the case. Okay, so they will be working parallel with us. Few things we are doing, few things they are doing in the same case. Okay, the case processing and narrative writing we are doing, they are doing the labeling part for the same case. Okay, they are also working on the same case. You need to understand. Okay, they are also working on the same case, but the role is different. We are doing the one part, they are doing the other part. Okay, so formal medical assessment, review dictionary coding, and they do the medical assessment of that case first, and then coding they do. Every event is correctly coded or not through medra. So medra we discussed it, right? Medical terminology dictionary. So everything is coded correctly through medra or not, they check, and they review the expedited cases, they review narratives, they check the narratives, everything information is correct or not, and they check the interactions. In that case, drug interactions, food drug interactions, so everything they check. Okay, so that is their knowledge they are applying here. That is medical reviewers. Career growth. Okay, so starting position. Okay, you will be starting as an associate level. Okay, like or else data entry level. Okay, so suppose drug safety association. Okay, so you will be starting with it now. Nowhere now it's 2.115. So the starting is 3.1 now. So if you go for bank, so the package, the initial package also differs from one city to other city. The city you are picking up. Suppose you are living in Hyderabad and you are opting for a job in Hyderabad only. So they may offer 2.8 only, but you are a Hyderabad person or somewhere else in Andhra Pradesh or somewhere else in the country, and you are opting job for Bangalore. The cost of living in the Bangalore is also high, right? Compared to the Bangalore, compared to the Chennai. So there you might be offered for 3.4 or 3.1. So based on the city and based on the cost of living and based on to where you are being recruited. Suppose you are a person of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, you are going to be you are selected for the Gurgaon job place in the Gurgaon. They will pay you little bit high, 3.4 they give you. Okay, 3.1, more than 3.1. Okay, based on the location also, they'll give our pay. This initial starting pay would be different. Okay, it's not as exactly same for everyone. Okay, so it differs from like 3.1 to 5 lakhs now, the initial pay. So after 2 years, you will be into executive senior level, senior. So suppose it's a drug safety associate. Next position would be senior drug safety associate. After 2 years, you will be into senior drug safety associate. And then after 5 years, definitely you will be in the position of team leader. Okay, team leader or assistant manager. And after being in the team leader for 3 years, it takes 2 to 3 years for the project senior manager. Okay, 5 years at least. So in between there is an assistant manager would be there. Okay, even though they give is a tag as assistant manager, we are not, we won't be on the name as assistant manager. Our name, we are doing the responsibilities of team leader, but obviously we come to know this assistant manager also. So there would be assistant managers here, and then managers, then only senior managers and project managers. It takes 5 years from here to here, and then we can become a directors. Okay, and director, VPs, and GM, general managers, and CEOs. Okay, it takes almost 15 years. Okay, trust me. My colleagues and Kiran sir colleagues, means Kiran sir, and so you might not know who is Kiran sir. He is a founder of Rise Trainings. So he is one of my colleague. The colleagues of ourselves, so they are working as, so they have 10 years of experience, or so some people have 15 or 13 years of experience. They are already working as directors, associate directors, and directors. Trust me. Okay, they are consistently into this field, and um, they are stick on to this field, so they are directly promoted. So without any delay, they are promoted. They are working as directors. So they have 12 to 13 years of experience into this pharmacovigilance. Okay, so the salary would be 25 to 75 lakhs. So don't so it's not like I'm over is saying something something more. It's not like that. So 25 50 lakhs is normal. So people are working with the 45 lakhs per annum, 50 lakhs per annum. So it's very easy. 25 lakhs per annum. So after being into the project manager, it's a manager level, you will be paying for 25 lakhs. But if 8 years into the industry, okay, 8 years into the industry, you will be paid with 25 lakhs. Trust me. So these are all the industry paying and the career overview in the pharmacovigilance. See, so these are all the placements from our RISE trainings. Okay, till now, from the last 3 years, we have placed more than 150 students into this pharmacovigilance industry from our institute only. Okay, RISE trainings is one of the very best industry in this India. So, and also which is giving the practicals also. Okay, most of the institutes are not giving practicals. They are training up and leaving the students, but we are giving the practicals, how to write the narrative. And we are, so there is a database is there. So we are talking about, we need to enter the data into the database, right? So we are having the database, so you can happily process the cases here. So before getting into the industry, you will have a knowledge. So what you are going to be. So we'll give practices on how to do the cases. And also that is practical knowledge is one main asset for RISE trainings. Okay, only few industries, few institutions are giving these practicals. So among them, RISE trainings is the one. So our students are already placed in all these Accenture, Arabindo, Bioclinica, Cognizant, Global Pharma, Health Vents, all this industry. IQVIA, so many people are there into the IQVIA. Okay, and Navitas. Recently also we placed a few students into the Navitas and Pharma Control and Symbiance, TCS. Okay, and all in all these industries, we placed our students. More than 150 students in this for the last 3 years. Okay, and Rise Training's career launch program. So we have few programs in our institute, like for freshers, it's career launch program, like B Pharma, M Pharma students, all the freshers, and also career growth program. If you want to change your career into something, like if you are into faculty or QA, QC, and if you want to go to the pharmacovigilance, then we can obviously help with this training. Okay, so we have so many testimonials, we have so many examples for this one who have changed their profile from faculty to faculty to this pharmacovigilance industry, from what is this BDS practice to pharmacovigilance, and also BPT to pharmacovigilance. So many people changed their review. And QA is different, right? Quality assurance, quality control is different. So they are not at all related to the pharmacovigilance, but we helped these two persons to change their pharmacovigilance, change their career into the pharmacovigilance. Okay, these are for the experienced ones, and we have these for freshers we have these programs, this pharmacovigilance, and also we are offering in Rise Trainings, we are offering pharmacovigilance as a single course and also as a combined course. So you can study pharmacovigilance. See, in Rise Trainings, we have so many so many courses. We have pharmacovigilance, we have medical writing, we have clinical research courses, clinical research course, we have CDM, like clinical data management, Argus administration, and regulatory affairs. So many courses we have for freshers. Okay, so we usually give these single courses. If someone asks you, I want to take this pharmacovigilance course, yes, we offer them. And we have these combined courses also, like pharmacovigilance and medical writing together. We give this training, and pharmacovigilance and medical coding. Okay, so like these combined courses are also available, because you are still students, you don't know. A few people have they want to have knowledge on everything. Okay, so they try on so many. See, it's not like I aimed for pharmacovigilance only. If that jobs comes there, I only join. Not many people are not like that. So as a fresher, every opportunity is important for you. So if you know more knowledge, if you have more knowledge, it's always better for you, right? So you can apply for this medical writing, medical coding, all these jobs, clinical trials jobs, CROs. So we have this clinical research and pharmacovigilance combined course also. Okay, so you can happily apply for any kind of job if you take this combined course of pharmacovigilance and clinical research. This knowledge applies everywhere in the healthcare industry. Okay, like that, few combined courses are there in our institute. Okay, what else? So this is our office address, and just thank you so much for listening to us. So if you have any doubts regarding your career, anything, you can ask me. You can unmute yourself, you can ask me, or you can chat in the chat box also. You can, so anything. And we are going to start. So if you are typing some questions, okay, meanwhile, so I'll take a few more minutes to explain few things. So we are starting new batch from this October 20, and next batch would be in the November 1st. November 1st, we are starting one batch, and in December 10th, on December 20, we are starting another batch. So if you want to join, you can join. So if you want to take a single course pharmacovigilance, it's fine. The single course, if you are taking a single course, we are giving the complete knowledge, like very in-depth pharmacovigilance knowledge we are going to give. Okay, so if you are taking two courses, yes, the pay would be, means the fees would be less, but it's not very much depth into this pharmacovigilance and the other course also. But we'll give you the overall idea. So someone is asking, yes, like, can this training institute gives a placement assurance, and what is fees of pharmacovigilance? Okay, so yes, we give you placement assurance also, like we assist you to assist for your job placement. We give referrals to you. Okay, we completely train up you. Okay, during your tenure with our RISE trainings, we train up you with our all modules with our general farm. Other than that, we take your mock interviews. Okay, and we improve your soft skills, like how to make your connections through LinkedIn profiles, how, and we also provide the resume services also, and also we provide this placement references also after completing all those things. And we are very confident, so after taking your mock interview, so we will be very confident on you how worth you are. So we come to know. So at the time, definitely we refer you. Okay, so obviously we have more connections with all with these institutions, and we refer you for these placements. And personally also, and our CEO Kiran Kumar Chemudugunta, he is having many connections with all these industry people, and personally also we refer you. Okay, that is the placement assistant we are giving. And fees of pharmacovigilance, usually for this the single course of pharmacovigilance, it is 25,000. And we have this Dasara offer now, and 20% is off. Okay, and we can get it for the 16,000. Okay, see, so you can see in the display. Okay, so is it for fresher or experience both, or only for fresher? What is it? No, anyone can apply, anyone can take this pharmacovigilance course. So freshers can take, and we have pharmacovigilance advanced courses also. If you are a experienced one, okay, whether you are into this pharmacovigilance industry or other industry, we have some other courses also. This pharmacovigilance advanced course is there, and also Argus administration is some other very advanced course. So like that, for based on your how you are, means based on your qualification and what, whether you are fresher or experienced, we'll explain you everything what course is benefit for you. Okay, so for freshers, yes, it is pharmacovigilance is available with Dasra offers. 16,000 is the fees now. So any other questions, ma? You can ask us. So for this combined courses, it is just for 25,000. For see, there are two courses we are giving you with the 25,000. So you can take medical writing, and also you can take hi Sanjeev. Yes, hi. Thank you for asking. And yes, for pharmacovigilance and medical writing, so I think you are a pharmacy person, so you know about these things, medical writing and pharmacovigilance. Yes, for this combination course, we are offering it as with 25,000. And for this also, this Dasara offer applies. Okay, 20% off. So it is for combined courses. Okay, we train up you on pharmacovigilance and medical writing. I'm having few students who are taking two courses, and they are very much interested to know this knowledge. Okay, so because see, for example, if you are recruited into this pharmacovigilance now, okay, so very good, very happy, you have done your job, and after few years you want to change your career, and you have the knowledge of medical writing, you no need to go and take another course. Okay, you already have the knowledge of medical writing, and you are happily take this medical, you shift into the medical writing, because you already have the knowledge of medical writing. Same vice versa, if you get into this medical writing, after a few years happily you can change into the pharmacovigilance, because you know the basics of pharmacovigilance, anyone can take you freely. So when you have this more knowledge only, you can survive in the industry. That is also I'm saying here, always you need to update yourself, upgrade yourself. Okay, then only we survive in the industry. Until when the offer is applicable, till this Dasra. Okay, so throughout this Dasra, and for now, first November batch also, this offer is applicable. 20% offer off is applicable for this first November batch also. Okay, 20th December we are starting one batch, And 1st November we are starting another batch. Yes. Any other questions, ma? Any other questions? Anything you want to know about the industry also, not from our institute, not only our institute. If you want to know about the industry, anything you can ask me. It is free, right? Anyway, suggestions are always happy, right? So these are free of cost. So you can ask me. So this is our office address. Including discount fee is 22,000. Yes, Nebula is, see, this is our institute. So we are saying including discount, it is 22,000 for combined courses, Reshma. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. For PV and medical writing, the discount discount
Yes.
fee is 22K.
Yes. So this confirmed from our end also, it's 22,000.
So anyone having doubts related to the course fee, you can simply drop a message in the
See,
WhatsApp group. We will respond to you. Any queries related to course, you can drop a message in the group. Okay.
yes, this was Satvik is asking. So in PV course, Argus is included or not? Yes, it is included. In PV course, Argus is included. We are giving you theoretical knowledge, and also we are giving you this, what is this one? This practical sessions also. Practical knowledge on also in for Argus. Argus is included. Argus database is included, and we are giving practical sessions on Argus database and also theoretical knowledge. We have very good trainers here who are explaining on Argus, how to work on Argus, and each and every time we clearly explain how to work on Argus every time, everything. Also, we are giving you practical knowledge, and here we give you few cases to practice on Argus. Okay, so before going to the job, you might have, so you definitely have some understanding how to process a case. Okay, thank you for asking the question. And how many months? So it is 2.5 months. Okay, so including your soft skills. Okay, we include this resume building, and also we include this soft skills like LinkedIn profile, how to update your profiles, like your communication skills through LinkedIn, and we take all these things. Okay, so it takes 35 to 40 hours. So obviously 2.5 hours. So here they are giving some, we are providing you a link here. You can chat here also. If you have any doubts, you can provide here. Any other doubts? Guys, be fast. It's 1.5 hours. So few people need to go. So if you have any doubts, you can ask here. Any other doubts, ma? Regarding your career also, you can ask. Okay. Okay, then if full-time or part-time? Oh, these are only 1 hour per day. Okay, so based on your timings, so based on your available timing, we will schedule a batch. Okay, so if you are available in the morning, we match up with, we take a morning session batch. If you are available on the evening, so we include in the evening batch. And based on your timings, or if you are available in the 6, we include in the 6 o'clock batch. Or if you are not available, we include in the 8 o'clock batch. It's your available time, 1 hour per day. Like 40 minutes would be a session usually, but if it extends, if you explain more, so it takes 1 hour. So give us a 1 hour per day. And yes, like if you are a student, morning to evening, you have to attend the colleges, right? So in that case, we only take evening classes like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock also we provide classes. Okay. So or else if you want early morning classes also, we provide 6 o'clock batches or early morning 6 o'clock batches are also there with us. Okay. It's your available time. If you say your available time, I want classes in this time, based on that, we'll take classes. Trust us, we have 6 o'clock morning 6 o'clock classes also. Yes. Any other questions? So we are ending the session. So if no other questions are there, so we can end the session. So anything else, ma? Shall we end? So Reshma, shall we end the
Yeah,
session?
ma'am. So there is no more doubts from anyone, I guess. So
You want to
in
add
future also,
anything,
if you
Reshma?
have any doubts related to any course, you can just drop a message in the WhatsApp group. We will respond to you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, for giving your time, and thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the session.
Yeah, thank you all for joining. Thank you, Reshma, for hosting.
Yeah.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Enjoy your weekend.
Bye.